What's going on, guys? Apathettic here with all your tips, recommendations, and everything in between. And today I want to share with you guys the mindset and playlist I've been using to improve my game in Destiny 2, and especially during a time where there isn't much to do. It's no secret right now that Destiny is going through some struggles in terms of content or lack thereof, lack of loot incentive, and particularly when it comes to the PvP side of things, cheaters. Those first two, being a lack of content and loot incentive, can already make it very difficult to log into Destiny on a day-to-day basis. Then you layer on the cheating, and it's no surprise a lot of people are taking a break from Destiny 2 right now. I've even found myself dabbling in other games to give me a break from the things I've mentioned, but I always come back because for me, no other game quite hits the feel and aesthetic of Destiny, and I'm sure a lot of you are with me on this. So instead of trying to fight this feeling, I've been looking for ways to feel a sense of progress in the game and zeroed in on improving my individual game as a PvP player. And for me personally, I don't find I need to make sweeping changes to how I play, but more improving the small things, like how can I improve the consistency of my aim, have quicker decision making when faced with multiple enemies, and improvements to my positioning that will limit how often I get double teamed. For you, the changes may be larger or smaller depending on what you identify as a hole in your game, but these are the things upon reflecting on my own gameplay I could stand to improve. Now, how am I going about this? For me, I found playlists like 6v6 too chaotic, create too many variables for me to be able to account for, to reliably self-reflect and provide feedback on my own gameplay, because there were simply scenarios where I couldn't have done anything different. And when you have too many scenarios like that, it can be hard to generate a lot of learns from those experiences. Then you have modes like survival, or the comp playlist, as some still call it, and of course trials. Now these modes remove a lot of the chaos that can be experienced in a 6v6 playlist, but ultimately I found these modes significantly improved my team play and situational play, but it wasn't sharpening my individual skill to the degree that I wanted. Now that doesn't mean there weren't times where individually I made mistakes, but a lot of times in these modes you live and die as a team. And cheaters didn't help any of this either, specifically when it comes to trials, but I'm not going to continue to beat a dead horse. It was this line of thinking that led me to the Rumble playlist. A playlist where winning and losing is solely based on myself as an individual and my ability to win 1v1 scenarios, gain knowledge of spawns on specific maps, face multiple enemies, or be forced into a second engagement when I'm already weak, and of course ensure I've had good positioning to ensure I don't get cleaned up by another player. Now all this can be fine and good, but it may be artificial if you aren't playing players of a similar skill level. Then what ends up happening is you're slaying out players of lower skill level, which can happen in the classic playlist. It almost becomes like an echo chamber of sorts. You're constantly destroying these less skilled lobbies, and each one just validating in your mind how good you think you are, which can take your eyes off of self-improvement. This is what I really enjoy about the Rumble playlist. It is sweaty AF. You are playing players who want to win and are doing whatever they can to do so, and you're hopefully matching people of your skill level or maybe sometimes a little bit higher. This is what I believe takes self-improvement to the next level. Not only knowing that the thing you want to practice or implement in your game, but practicing that thing against players that are of similar or preferably higher skill level than yourself. Not only because you can see the viability of your tactics against these players, but also see how they approach the game, how they position themselves, and take those things and implement them into your game. It's one thing to watch these great players on Twitch do these things, and it's a whole different thing to play against it. I've been outgunned in Rumble so many times that playing Rumble has actually got me excited to play Destiny again. Why? Because I've played tons of people who have aim I want to strive for, hence why I'm focusing on improving my consistency in aim. Rumble also revealed to me that my aim isn't bad, but in certain engagements or scenarios I'm not comfortable with, my aim becomes less consistent. It's also revealed to me a bad habit I've developed of jumping too much when I'm shotgunning, making me an easier target. These things may not have stuck out to me as much if I was in the chaos of 6v6 or the highly team-oriented environment of trials. But when you are all alone in that Rumble match and you're sitting towards the bottom of the leaderboard, you're almost forced to reflect on what you aren't doing right, what are the mistakes I'm making, and most importantly, what are these other players doing right? Every engagement suddenly becomes a learning experience, a new tactic gained, another revelation that will help us improve our game, if even only by 1%. It's been this process that has got me excited about Destiny because I feel I found a new training ground where I need to put my time in and hone my craft. Is it frustrating sometimes? Yep. Do people use cheesy loadouts? Oh yeah. but I don't let it derail me from my ultimate goal of improving and fine-tuning specific parts of my game. Instead of letting it frustrate me, I turn my energy and focus on what I could be doing differently and applaud players who simply outplayed me. After all, they've given me a gift. Because of them, I've got more to work on and continue to strive for as a PvP player. Now, does Rumble have cheaters? You bet. But I have a full faith that Bungie will figure that out. How long that will take is a different story. But when they do and things in Destiny hopefully start to improve this September, I want to be as sharp as possible. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, or click the link below to drop a follow on my Twitch channel. All those things help me out, and I will catch you guys in the next one.
Hold down. Your legend grows. Call that a win? I call it a massacre.